South Africa was the first country in Africa to adopt Access to Information Act in 2000. The purpose is to actively promote a society in which people of South Africa have effective access to information, to enable them to more fully exercise and protect their rights. Now, the South African PIA is in dire need of updating. And in fact, the biggest issue where it is not in line with the African model law on access to information is the fact that the South African legislation does not allow for proactive disclosure. So the organizations that I mentioned, over the past 2 years, we developed let's just call it an advocacy campaign around these 3 issues. PIA reforms, so one of the things that we're starting now with, civil society has taken the lead, because we can't wait longer for government, to draft a model updated PIA for South Africa. So we're busy with that process, and we have, for instance, in the process, we consulted the South African Human Rights Commission and other bodies like that, and it looks like we will be able to do it with their support. So civil society taking hands with bodies like the Human Rights Commission, the Information Regulator, will say to Parliament, we can't wait longer for you, here's a model law, can we use that as a discussion to get to update legislation? The second thing that we're campaigning around is open data. And particularly South Africa made huge commitments on the OGP, some of which they have honoured, but many of which they have not honoured. Well, the one area that I think we can really be proud of in South Africa is open budget, and for instance there's a Vuleka Mali website which totally opens up the budget process together with a website called Municipal Money, so where you can literally track budget planning and expenditure and revenues up to a local level, and even see what kind of projects are planned up to ward level in South Africa. So that's really great. But the rest of the, very difficult to find other outside of the budget sphere and statistics, general statistics, to find other information. And then the third one is the one that we're focusing on today, universal internet access. And essentially what we're saying is, for any citizen to be able to properly exercise their access to information, freedom of expression rights, they need access to the internet. South Africa, we have about 55% of people who access the internet. So we're leaving 45% of the population behind. And the South African government is hugely backing the so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution, together with the World Economic Forum, and saying to them, let's just get South Africa on the internet, and then otherwise none of all these plans will work. So one of our slogans that we developed is this one: access to information is a fundamental human right, and access to the internet is fundamental to exercise those rights. So with the help of APC, so APC commissioned on behalf of the partners that I mentioned 2 years ago a report that you will find, and this presentation will be published on the website, but if you just search APC Perspectives Universal Access, you'll find it. So this is a first, it was called an issue paper that we launched 2 years ago at FIFA Africa in Johannesburg, and we covered these areas: information rights, universal access, international law position, initiative implemented in South Africa, and then certain measures to be taken. Essentially, the outcomes of that was that the South African legislative and policy environment already makes provision for universal internet access. In fact, in that report we have target set that by next year there should have been 90% universal access in South Africa. There's no way that it can be achieved. So it's in the legislation, it's in policies, it's in budget plans, but if you carefully read the budget plans, it is totally under-resourced to actually get to the objective set. So we use this issue paper then as a basis for formal engagement with many role players, and the message that we had, for instance, with the banking industry, with telecoms providers, with a number of government departments, with some of the big industry players was this: universal access to public information via free access to the internet, to enable citizens to exercise their human rights online with respect to access to information, freedom of expression, participation in the digital economy, communication and education. That's essentially our call to action to the South Africa society as a whole. So all of this then led to, well, many interactions and a workshop that we held earlier this year. We called it the Roundtable on Universal Access to the Internet, Free Public Access, Principal Rights. And we use it for a couple of objectives. Firstly, we were formally invited, after we made a lot of noise, to participate in the Presidential Commission on the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and we provide them with insight, thought leadership, research about universal internet access and free public access. Secondly, we use a workshop to get expert input for the report that we're launching tomorrow. And then we also use a workshop to make our submission on the declaration that I referred earlier on, to make sure that the issues of universal access to the internet are properly covered in that submission. So as part of this process, we developed what we call a 7-point plan. So this is a plan that will not be executed by all these organizations, but it is a plan that we say the South African government should adopt on the route to the progressive realization of access to the internet. And these are the elements of the plan. We say free public access to government sites, which has been government policy for a long time, but I think they're not even 20-30% that they're doing it. I mean, this is like schools, hospitals, libraries. Zero rated access to government websites. We say people already paid for that. Why should they pay again? And one can expand that possibly to other online content in the public interest, even if it is commercially funded. Third one, municipal Wi-Fi is a free municipal service. We say that alongside water and electricity and such services, over time, free Wi-Fi should become a basic service. We argue for a daily tranche of free internet access in whichever way, so that each South African can exercise their basic information rights on a daily basis. All of this underpinned by digital literacy programs. Also setting up minimum standards. Doesn't matter who provides basic internet access, there must be certain quality, safety, privacy standards set. And then finally, oversight and monitoring. This is probably the one that we've made the most progress on. The South African Human Rights Commission is now committed to, in their regular reports to Parliament and to multilateral bodies, to start including South Africa's progress towards its self-set objectives of universal internet access. So this is the report that we're launching tomorrow as part of EAT-DWI, which is actually on Saturday, but in South Africa there's a big event tomorrow with government players, UNESCO. Does that mean 2 minutes? Okay. So, and you can get this report at this website, internetaccess.africa. So at the moment you'll find the report and some supporting material, but what we want to do with this website is to develop it as a portal where people can find information on where they can find free internet access, free Wi-Fi spots and so on around the country. So that's just in the beginning. So what our next big objective in this project is set up this website so that people can at least find where it is, and also on the same website to put in materials around access to the internet rights and so on. So, the organizers said they will publish this presentation together with an article that I'll provide on this with a little bit more background. In the same thing that I won't be able to get to now, there's an overview of there's an overview of what's in the report, what's details on each of those 7 points. And finally, if you want to email me, I will just send you the report probably during the course of the day. Thank you. Right in time, man.
And can I ask you a question?
Is it allowed? Yes. Okay, go ahead.